And now for the moment that we've been waiting for. The tallest man in world's record, Guinness Book of World Record. Yeah, taking us to new heights, exactly. I like that. No other, power of strength, no other but our one and only candidate and next Brooklyn Borough President, Robert Cornegy!
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. I want to thank everybody for coming out today because you could definitely have been somewhere else. Like it was mentioned earlier, for me, this is a testament to how we look as a borough and how if we put our voices together, not only do you get the candidate that you want, but we get the change that we want. So when I look out and I see members of the Pakistani community, members of the Muslim community, members of the Asian community, when I see our Jewish friends and brothers, our rabbis, imams, it to me warms my heart because I know that the power and the strength in this borough lies in what we see here today. So what I understand is while we've seen so much bigotry and hatred and racism in pockets, what we haven't done is stood together to fight against it. So I've spent a great deal of time running from community to community to beat back the racism. But we can stand together as a united Borough Hall to make sure that everyone is taken care of. Make sure that every family can be put on a pathway to opportunity by creating jobs, by supporting small businesses, by having an education system that from soup to nuts, from gifted and talented to career and technical education is available to every single student. So we are by far the fourth largest city in the country. We should be leading, but we should be leading on unity, coalition, collaboration, and bringing people together. So we've led in industries like technology and hospitality and tourism. We need to bring all of that together. The reason I love the Borough President's office with all my heart is because it's such an undefined role that everybody gets to bring their passion and their vision and the vision of the borough to Borough Hall. We've had great borough presidents in the past. Our current borough president has focused on health and physical health and getting us to a place where we can be healthy so we can access all the beauty that this city has. I intend to expound on that by having the physical health, but the mental health that's necessary. Coming out of a pandemic, we've seen so much anxiety and stress that we need to have a mental health plan in place for hardworking men and women that are Brooklynites. So that's what I intend to do. In my first 100 days, quite frankly, our small businesses will have access to a $10 million fund, not low interest and no interest loans, but actual grants for true recovery and resiliency. That's a part of that plan, because what we know is that our mom and pop businesses didn't get access to the stimulus package on the first round, on the second round, and even on the third round. Somebody's got to have an eye on our 10 and under businesses, where the owners are employees as well. We created a program called the Chamber on the Go. And the Chamber on the Go takes all of the city services as access to capital and technical assistance directly to the doorsteps of our small businesses, because we know that those mom and pop businesses don't have the capacity to leave for 45 minutes or an hour. They have to watch their businesses from sunup to sundown, especially in this climate. So I get to bring the chair of small business and the chair of housing and buildings acumen directly to Borough Hall. Those are the pillars, including public safety, that are going to be about true recovery and resiliency. It's your voice that I'm excited about carrying. When I'm in whatever corner of the borough of Brooklyn, I'm getting recommendations, and I'm saying that nicely. If I had any superpower, though, quite frankly, it's in taking your recommendations and turning it into solid policy and legislation and making sure that your voices are heard. I have a proven track record for delivering exactly that in every corner of the district that I serve. And quite frankly, as somebody who is in the top 10 percentile of substantive legislation produced, I have created opportunity for the entire city of New York. There is no reason that with your voice and your support, we can't make this the greatest borough in the greatest city in the greatest country in the world. There are so many people to thank, and when I'm tired and I'm going district to district, I get to sit with people who energize me, who I'm energized by, hearing their stories, hearing the immigrant experience in this country, in this city, and in this borough, if that doesn't energize you, I don't know what will. Hearing how people came here with the idea and the dream that they could make it not only for themselves, but their family, their culture, their children, gives me a mandate to create that opportunity from Borough Hall. This is the loudest bully pulpit in the state of New York, with almost $100 million capital budget, plus our powers around zoning and land use. We can absolutely have responsible development and create affordability in this borough from the Borough President's office. So I am pleased to stand with so many men and women who have said that they support me. But if I'm being honest with you, I don't have one relationship up here that's political. Every relationship I have here, because I've stood and fought with around an issue that was germane and important to that group. I don't have, so people say I'm political, but I don't have political relationships. I got war-torn relationships where we've gone, whether it's in Bay Ridge, Flatbush, East New York, Brownsville, where an issue was, and we were present on those issues. We created the first naturally occurring retirement community that's horizontal to protect our seniors in their homes. We created one of the first brand new recreation centers in the NYCHA development in 20 years. So together, we've had so many firsts, and there are so many more that we can do. I'm happy to stand here with you. I want to give a special shout out, because honestly, I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for TW Local 100. So back in the days, way back in the days before I got to wear a fancy suit, and I was grinding on the ground with Rodnish Bichat around Haitian relief and around Sandy. And if anybody digs up those pictures, me and her was looking crazy out in the street. Oh, I see Judge Dewey Paul, who also was looking crazy out in these streets. That's another relationship that I have forged in working for people. I'm proud of those relationships. We have Place New York, who has supported me, who's here. Our educators who stand on the front line on behalf of our students and our families. Those are the people that I'm proud to have a relationship with. The Cone family, who I see out the corner of my eye. Stevie's here and has been here for me when I was really tired and really frustrated, who actually told me to hang in there. I think he actually said, hang in there, kid. That was way before the gray beard. He always told me, hang in there, kid. I hung in there, Stevie. There are so many people to thank, but there's so much work to be done. We actually are under 30 days to get this election done.
Yes.
And I saw somewhere somebody published that dark money was being poured into campaigns. I don't know about dark money. I do know about Miss Simpson and the Marcy houses who had a fish fry for me. I don't know. I don't know about the dark money and where the dark money is coming from and how that shows up. I know about the Pakistani American community who got together and made sure that their voices were heard and that resources were poured into the campaign. I don't know about dark voices. I know about my family and friends in Crown Heights and Bed-Stuy and Bensonhurst, every corner, who represented with their small donations to make sure that our voices could be heard. I don't know about dark money. I know about the people, the men and women who are hardworking and who have spent their resources to make sure that through me, their voices are heard. So when you hear that dark money story, they ain't talking about me. I don't know who they're talking about, because we have worked really hard to make sure that everybody's voice is represented. So I want to take this time to say thank you. We've had a nice afternoon celebrating together, but I got to get back to work. And you have a reasonable expectation that I am going to, no one is going to outwork me in the quest to have your voices heard in Borough Hall. So for the next 30 days, 29 days, we got work to do, and my campaign manager is going to get up here and give you a task. My only task is that you pour as much of your heart and soul into making sure that you choose a candidate that truly represents your values and your voices. There's a lot of shiny things spinning around, and there'll be a lot of commercials, and you're going to get 150 pieces of literature. But when it's all said and done, look at who stood for you in times of struggle, not in times of convenience. We had a pandemic that lasted, that's still going on, 14, 15 months, where food insecurity in every corner of this borough was an issue. And we've been helping fight that with your help and support. So I want to thank you all for coming out. I want to thank you for your support. I want to let you know that your support, whether it's in resources or bodies, represents me being energized and going back to work. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert Cornegy.
Cornegy, 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 come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, all right, all right. I'm so